Mrs. Williams, Ted Williams, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having us, Robin.
All right, let me hear from the mom first.
Okay, sure.
How long had it been since you'd seen your son?
Well, I talked to him on the phone, but to see him, it's been about 10 years.
And what was that like to see him again?
I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. And every Christmas he's coming. And I said, how many Christmas does it take and you've never got here? So we're together now.
How did you first hear about the story as it bubbled up this week?
Well, someone called me on the phone and it woke me up and I couldn't get it together. I said, well, somebody have to call me back. I don't know what's going on.
What was the reunion like for you, Ted, seeing your mom again?
Oh, my God. It was just a dream come true because, like I said, Robin, if anything inspired out of this whole madness that I'm going through, I did want this to happen, to be here, to be with her, whether it was on, I don't know.
Just to be.
Sometimes I'm still lost for words over the phone.
You must be exhausted.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Are you okay? I mean, everybody.
Oh, I'm fine. Everybody's having this little expectation of maybe I'm burnt out or something, and it might lead to other things. Yes, ma'am.
How are you taking care of yourself through all this?
These little bites of food here and there. I have yet to sit down to just have like an hour of eating time. So I can only imagine what you guys must go through.
Now you got to go through a lot more. You have 9 children.
Yes.
How do they
7 girls and 2 boys. They're happy. They're happy. I've finally become the dad that they thought I would be with this, because from time to time they would say, "Daddy, you're just wasting your talent," or "Daddy, if I had a voice like that, I would be doing this, that, and the other." Daddy, some people approached him. Your dad's got all that talent, and so they were going up and down a roller coaster of
But the thing
emotion.
about that made me hurt me so bad. His children would see in the street and he looked so bad. "Daddy, we're going to pray for you, Daddy." And I said, think of little children that are looking at their daddy go down and tell him, "We're going to pray for you,"
What does a mom do when she sees her son going through such trouble?
Oh, I've been through this. I've been through this a lot, but I survived. Through going to church and believing in God, I have survived. God has looked over me all the way, and he's helped me through, because I didn't have anybody. My husband died 10 years ago, and Ted, all these things he was telling me, I knew it wasn't true, and I just gave up. I said, well, I can't go through no more.
Mrs. Williams, we heard you say that Ted comes from a good family, and then some bad things happen to him. How did you end up on the streets, and what's going to be different this time? Because you just heard your mom say that she's been down this road before, and we all are pulling for you. What's going to be different?
One of the things, Robin, that in all my successes in the past and all the breaks that I did have in my life, I never acknowledged God in no shape, form, or fashion. I was grateful, but I never got on my knees and said, "Thank you, God." I made $62,000 a year in 1988. 62 for just some regular voice work. I was working morning drive in Cleveland, Ohio, and 1490 WJMO. But I never not once said, "Thank you, Jesus." This time around, nothing for granted. I'm not taking not a minute for granted, and I'm going to thank him, acknowledge him. Somebody gave me the Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not toward your own understanding, but acknowledge him in all your ways, and he'll direct your path." And for that reason alone, I think I'm here today for that reason alone, because I've been talking to God. That was my way of having church with God. Believe it or not, standing there those hours in cold temperatures and hoping somebody would give me a quarter, $1, or anything. Standing there in those cold temperatures was my reverence to God. That was my church.
You have your faith. Do you have a broader support system set up to help you stay straight?
Oh, yes. I know it's based on attraction rather than promotion, but Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous, Cocaine Anonymous, just all of those anonymouses, you know, Dr. Bob and Bill W., my friends, they've been very much helpful to this whole recovery process. And I've been in and out of detoxes, treatment centers, meetings, relapses, everything. I do have I was afforded the opportunity to go to various VA clinics. I'm a veteran of the United States Army, so honorably discharged, I might add, in spite of what anybody may have said in the past, you know. But yeah.
And the bigger picture here too, Ted, there are many of us, we see those that are down on their luck, and we've often been told that many people are just one paycheck away from ending up on the streets.
Yes.
What is your story and your message to us for those that have been in your situation? And we all know that everyone out there has a story.
Has a story, that's correct.
What do we do?
Build up your faith and support system. You know, my faith seemed to work. I was going to mark this down, Robin, as 2010 as another year wasted. Somebody gave me a date book, a planner, and it closed with 2010 and started with 2011. And in the 2010 area, I was getting ready to write another year wasted, another year, you know. But something came into me. The Lord talked to me and said, wait a minute, 2010, you found me. And so I said, yeah, I became acquainted with my God. And that's what 2010, the whole entire year of 2010 was a reacquaintance with the God of my understanding. And so it wasn't wasted. And as a result, here I am with Robin on the Good Morning America show. You know?
And Mrs. Williams, what do you want Ted to do with this second chance? This has been a gift.
Just get your life together and don't leave God out. Get it together. Forget about the old friends and things that you used to do with old friends. Leave it out there. Have a new life. And support God. Let Him get you straight. I tried. I couldn't. So I just said, well, I just kind of give up. I said, there's nothing I can do. I've talked and talked and talked. And when I talked to Him on the phone, I'd bring God in. Goodbye. See you later. I said, okay.
She would start mentioning, you know,
said, wow,
you need to pray.
There's
You
so
need
many
to do
things
this.
he
I didn't
can
want to
do.
hear
He
that
can
at that
draw.
given
He can.
moment.
There's so many, and
So many
just
talents.
to waste away every day and not do anything. To me, that's terrible.
And there's a tough spot for families because a lot of family members have those that are going through a really difficult time, addiction of that sort, and you
That's
want to
right.
love them and you want to help them, and then you realize that in some ways you can't, and it becomes so. And it's
He
very
has to-
very difficult to let them go.
He
isn't
has
it?
to help himself.
The
Yes.
trust issues become a big
And I
big
go
key
to a
factor.
very strong church, and I believe in prayer. And sometimes I would say, maybe God just ain't listening to me. I better.
So you're not going back to the streets?
No.
hope not.
I'm hoping to choose one venue, which, if you don't mind me saying, I was given an opportunity to become the official voice for Kraft macaroni and cheese, and the people at the fine people at Kraft have assured me that I'll be okay if I stay with them. I want to pick one, and Alfred Battle, who is over there in the wings, he's been really handling. Those are the only two friends. Both of them are clean and sober as well, and they're making sure that my best interest is at heart. But I do want to just say that I want an apartment. I want, you know, if I don't get nothing else and have to be talking about macaroni and cheese for the rest of my life, I just want to stick with one thing because all these other offers are just.
Because yesterday you said the Cavaliers. I mean, you said they had offered you the job.
Yes,
but
and that truly is in the, you know, in the top because I can always come to New York and do the VOs for Kraft. But I won't get down. I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the court the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know, I'm looking forward to that, and that's a home deal. They said they offered me a home as well. You know. So that's gonna, between the two of those, I think I can juggle that and still get a meeting in every now and then.
Oh, that is great.
we
Good luck with it all.
Yeah, we appreciate
so
all that
much.
you've done, and I see that your mom and we're all pulling for you. We are all.
She's been praying for
I
me.
know she has. She's been right now.
Yes.
Yeah, she's probably over there praying
I'm
now.
sure.
And I want to thank you and the fine people. My mother wants to give a shout out to her church if she could. What's the church you go to, Mom?
Berean Baptist Church. They have helped me through all the way.
Well, we are
I've been in the
grateful for
church
that.
since
In Brooklyn.
1957. But when things was going so bad, I kind of give up. I said, well, what can I do? I did everything I could. Now just leave it alone.
More than 50 years in one faith community. Good for
Yes,
you.
yes,
Thank you
yes.
both
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you so much for
Blessings to
having
you.
us.
Thank you.